Hi Ghaslanis, happy Venus Day. For this Venus Day, I'm doing a pick a crystal reading for the month of July and its predictions. I'm going to be going over three questions. The first one is what are the what are the prosperities that you're going to be receiving in July, and what is the love energy like for you in July, and what self-care do you need to perform in July. I'm also going to be pulling some initials. Pause this video and connect to your intuition to know which crystal you're more connected to. I'm going to be posting two different videos underneath this one, and you can play the one you feel most connected to. So take a deep breath. This is the first crystal. And this is the second crystal. Hi Ghaslani, so anyone who picked this crystal, this reading belongs to you. So for the first question, which is what prosperities is July going to bring forward, we first picked the moon. And that's telling me that you have been working hard and you are going to reap the rewards of your hard work, but it's going to be unclear that you're reaping those rewards, if you know what I mean. Like, you know how slow and steady wins the race? You might not see immediate results, but like, it's a work in progress. Definitely do not give up and work harder in July. July seems to be a month of productivity, and especially if you want it to be. So you can get a lot done internally in your relationships, in your work life in July, but you need to set that intention, because if you don't, July seems to carry a little bit of a heavier energy, and if you control that energy, you're going to be able to reap the rewards of your hard work and bring in a lot of prosperity into your life. But if you just let it be, the energy is going to be a little cracky. I did get the devil, and that means you've got some sort of attachment or temptation, materialism, power struggles, anything that you're dealing with that's hard and you feel devilishly connected to, and it's not giving you a sense of inner fulfillment. That is something you need to let go of in July, and it will require work. However, you are definitely going to be able to do that in July. It seems that July is a very prosperous month, especially to those who work towards getting and receiving that prosperity. So in July, you are advised to confront those limitations and these attachments, and especially with the Page of Cups here, it's telling me that it's not as dark as you feel it is, or as it seems to be. You just need to become more aware of your attachments that are hurting you rather than bringing you peace, and learn how to express yourself more freely, even if you're fearful or if you're bound by some sort of insecurity. We also have got the Two of Wands, which I love this card so much. It's always such a powerful energy to me. And to me, I see this card as you planning and deciding to expand and actually working towards that and seeing a future vision, even if in the present time everything is not perfect, but you see a vision and you know you're going to be able to make something work. And even if that's in like a relationship you're in that's not giving you the results you really want it to, but you know if you work through your hardships together, in the long term you'll be able to have a very prosperous future together. Or if you are just studying and working and it's hard now, but you see a very fulfilling future for yourself, then this is just a clarifier card that you're going to be able to do that. I also see this as somebody that's like looking at the destination. He's not there yet, but he can see the destination very clearly. This is somebody that is grounded and somebody that is in control of their destiny, or they want to be. So even if you're not here yet, you can be, and it's not going to be hard as long as you confront your limitations, your limiting beliefs. If you are trying to manifest something and you have a lot of limiting beliefs, let's start with working on like our insecurities and limiting beliefs, right? We, in the world of manifestation, at least for me, in my opinion, you don't just jump into your manifestation. You confront yourself. You ask yourself, why do I believe I'm not worthy of so and so? And when you get your answer, you can start seeing the reason clearly, and then you can ask yourself, okay, if I believe I'm not worthy, let's say, of getting accepted into med school because I'm not as productive as I want to be, what steps can I take to become more productive? What steps can I take to view my own self as worthy of med school? Not the people that are going to judge you at the med school applications, not them. We don't tell ourselves, why am I not worthy in so and so's eyes? Like, for example, the people that are going to be viewing your med school application. No, we say, why am I not worthy in my own eyes? Is it something that is because someone else told me I'm not worthy? Or is it because I genuinely feel like I could be so much more? And if it's the second one, then we have some work to do. And work doesn't have to be hard. Work just has to be trying to align more with our higher self. If it's the other one, which is because so-and-so told me I'm not worthy, then that's another story. We need to work on that sort of attachment that we had, because obviously we gave someone so much power to tell us we're not worthy and we believed them. So that's another thing to work through, and that is all beautiful. You have to find peace in that process and journey of working on your insecurities. Life is not just about avoidance and just wanting to lie to ourselves and tell ourselves, oh, we're just born perfect, and because I was put in this situation, that's why I acted badly. No. You were put in such a situation. Don't always give yourself excuses, because through too many excuses, we can't really grow sometimes. Growth is the reason we have these hard situations. If God did not want us to grow, everything would be easy. Relationships would be easy, straightforward. We fall in love, we stay in love, we'd never fight. But that's so unrealistic, because that would mean we would be children. We will never grow. So if you're in a relationship and you're fighting, don't take that as like a problem. Just take it as an opportunity to grow, or if you're studying, whatever hardship you're going through is an opportunity for growth. Second question was, what's the energy around love in July for the collective? And I loved this energy. However, it does have some layers, and I can see again that July requires you all to be more logical. And I know that's hard, especially in relationships. However, logic sometimes really helps. Logic sometimes helps regulate your emotions a lot. And logic does not have to mean you don't feel. Absolutely not. Logic can sometimes mean you're feeling overstimulated, you feel terrible, you don't feel good. So what you do is you take a step back, you take a deep breath, you write down whatever you're feeling, and you give yourself logical reasons as to why. For example, if you're feeling insecure, why that insecurity is invalid right now. Like, why, like for example, let's say you believe you're not beautiful enough. Give yourself reasons why you are beautiful enough. That's what I mean by logic. So when I say be logical, I'm not saying ignore your emotions and become rough, because that, again, it makes you a stagnant person. It makes you somebody that builds, and then you get like a pile of emotions, and then one day this pile becomes way too heavy and you explode. We don't want that. We want to be people that are consistently working and feeling ourselves and accepting our feelings and working through them through logic. So let's get into the cards. I made some notes. Let me just check them right quick. So, again, I love wands in general, and we got the Four of Wands. I love this card. Couple is so cute. And this means that you have joy. If you are in a relationship, you could be feeling more joyful in your relationship. There could be celebration, somebody getting great, like a job offer, or you two just having an anniversary, for example, or a birthday or a unionship. Something is going to be celebrated and it's going to feel very good, and there's an opportunity for a solid and joyful connection between the two of you if you are in a relationship. If you're not, there is also an opportunity for a new relationship that is, let's say, grounded. That's the energy I feel the most. If you want it to be healthy, it's going to take some effort on both of your parts, because right now with the Two of Pentacles, you're going to be juggling emotional responsibilities or navigating two different love paths, or like maybe trying to balance love with personal growth, or like balancing love with school, balancing love with work life, balancing love with career. Or even like if you're long distance with somebody, you're going to try to like balance love with that. And that might need you to find like an equilibrium between independence and intimacy. So independence is beautiful, right? It's good to feel independent in your heart and in your decisions, but at the same time, too much independence breeds a lot of negative emotions, not just for you but for the person you're with. So find an equilibrium. Give yourself time for yourself, do the things you love, and also give your relationship its time and the energy it deserves in order to have that beautiful Four of Wands energy that we talked about earlier. And with the Seven of Wands, I can see that the love energy you have with your partner, if you have one, may bring a test of boundaries. Maybe past problems you guys like went through before might arise, and they tested both of you. How are you going to deal with it? Are you going to forgive and let go and move and heal from that, or are you going to fight and bicker for days? This is a beautiful opportunity for growth again. This month is full of growth. You see, I see a lot of blockages in this month, but again, every blockage to me is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to have a type of like some sort of intimacy that has not been crossed before in your life. So whenever we have in a relationship a time where it's harder than usual, that's a beautiful time to change your habits with your partner. If you usually fight, if you in that moment decide not to fight, you decide to just sit and listen to them, even if they're talking and you can tell they're tense, you just sit and listen and actually acknowledge your feelings, reassure them, and you will feel like a weight has been lifted off of both of your shoulders. Because that's what like fights and arguments bring. They bring an opportunity for respect and a beautiful healing energy. So I definitely feel that for this collective. However, be careful. If you have standards that you need to stick to, don't let anyone cross them. Even if you love them, respect your standards, especially in July. And through that respect of standards, again, that's also a very beautiful opportunity for intimacy. Because like when you are with somebody and you can tell they respect your boundaries and your standards, you feel so much respect for them. And again, if you're in a relationship and you stick to your standards, you feel like this is the right relationship for you because they respect that you respect your standards and you're respecting yourself more, right? So again, all of these things, even if they're hard in the first moment, in the first second, even in the first day, they always lead to somewhere better. Again, remember the Two of Wands. He is still trying to reach his destination. So it's hard in the waters, but in his mind, like, I'm almost there. It's close. I'm gonna get there. That's how you need to view life. Not just in relationships, in your personal life too, and everything. Even like in the daily, day-to-day life, like, for example, if you have a full day with a very busy schedule, you have to go to the gym, you need to go to work, you need to go to school. What type of reward do you have out of all of that? You're going to go to bed feeling accomplished. You're going to go to bed feeling like you're one step closer to a more grounded and responsible version of yourself. In the long term, you're going to be financially stable. You're going to have a degree. You're going to have a very beautiful body because you went to the gym. So on and so forth. That's a beautiful way to think. And you guys, I feel, have, like, you need to hear this. That's why I'm like yapping. But I love it. I know when I watch these collective readings, I just love listening, and I put it like as background noise, so I know you guys won't be bothered by me yapping. I love that you got the Ace of Pentacles because it talks about self-love, and I did pull for some for some self-love cards as well, for like what do you need to do for self-love. And again, through hardships, we always need to nourish ourselves. So if you're going through a hard period of time, which July might carry some of that, you need to be putting an effort into taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is a very divine energy. And you might think, oh, so should I just go to the salon? Should I go to the barbershop every 2 weeks? Is that self-care? No. Self-care is really simple. It could come down to just drinking a lot of water. It could come down to just sitting and talking to yourself and making yourself feel better about something. That's how simple self-care is. It does not have to be something luxurious, but if you want it to be, go ahead. Spend your money on these treatments. I'm not stopping you. I'm encouraging it. But it doesn't have to be extravaganza. You don't need to go to a 4-star restaurant and eat all the steak in the world to give yourself self-care. Genuinely just give yourself time and grace and respect your boundaries. That in itself is self-care. So again, with the Nine of Pentacles, like we've been saying, this is a month where you're going to be doing a lot of personal work, a lot of dedication, slow building. Again, mastering life through steadiness and a slow but beautiful energy. And I love that. Steady, slow always wins the race. Am I saying this incorrectly? But whatever. I love moving through life very slowly because I feel when I rush, I don't give the world the energy that is truly authentic to me. But when I take my time, it usually takes me less time to get something I want done than it would have if I rushed it and didn't like it and then continued to repeat it and do it again and do it again and do it again. But if I take for example, I have a writing I want to write about a specific topic. If I sit and type a lot very fast in 10 minutes to try to get a perfect writing, and then I read it again and I hate it. So I decide maybe I need to go outside and take a walk and connect with nature and see something else I feel more connected to write about. Then 30 minutes have passed. I come back to write something. I sit down, I write it. 20 minutes have passed. I still hate it. Okay, I put in that writing into Grammarly to fix my grammar. I still don't feel connected to it. I do that again tomorrow. So, and then I don't like it tomorrow because, again, when I'm sitting down, I don't have the intention to just take my time, take it easy, but write exactly what I want to write. I hope that made sense. So for the love reading that I made, I also pulled some initials. So this could be the initials of you or your partner or your lover or whoever you're thinking about, a crush, someone from the past. I got J. I got C. I got H. I got D. I got K. I got O. I got M. And I got G. So for the self-love cards, I love them so much. First one I got is Sing. So Sing. My little birdie. I got Hydrate. I have been trying to hydrate a lot, but I want to do it even more because I feel like it really helps, especially if you're somebody that loves the ocean. So take this literally too. Maybe you need to just jump into the ocean. It's summer now. Take full advantage of that. If you want to go to the beach every single day, do it. I encourage it. Do some energy work, and I love this. Guys, if you want me to recommend you anything, it would be go to ChatGPT, ask me a question one by one to figure out which of my chakras are misaligned and how can I heal it. And oh my god, I love it so much. I knew I had to work on my root chakra, so I asked it questions, and yes, it was imbalanced. I got some crystals for the root chakra. I've been doing a lot of work, and it really, really helps. And Sync with the Moon. I love this because it's the new moon right now, and it's such a divine card. But yeah, have a lovely day, my angels, and take care. I hope you resonated. Do comment if you want to comment about any part of this reading. I'd love to read your comments. If you have any feedback, you want me to improve anything, I'm very open to that. And yeah, take care, loves. Bye-bye. Hi, Ghislani. This is the second reading for this crystal. So right off the bat, this reading is super similar to the previous collective reading, but it does have its differences. So for the first question of what are the prosperities that will come with the month of July for you guys, and this energy is heavy, and I think over the board for everyone, July is going to be a month of opportunities for growth, because that seems to be the common theme. So first of all, we have the Five of Wands, which is telling me that there might be some conflicts and tensions, but there is growth through that. You will grow through the challenges it gives you. July might start with a little bit of chaos and a feeling of competition with somebody, or with even yourself, feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're constantly in a fight with your own self. However, this tension is awakening something within you. It's going to give you the drive to become more ambitious, become a better version of yourself, things of that sort. Because any energy that's tense is always a shadow for us, and it's always a reason for us to become better. And sometimes people say, oh, if you don't feel peace somewhere, then it means it's not for you. That's, in my opinion, not true. Unless you feel like there is tension with no reason, and like you're being called to step out of the situation, then that's good for you. But sometimes people step out of situations when it becomes uncomfortable. Like they're getting into school, right? University, and it's really hard. So but they still want to reach a good place in life. So they decide, oh, I'm going to stop school because I don't feel at peace. Does that make sense? No. Sometimes some things are hard for a good reason. Same thing in relationships. Sometimes you guys become so familiar with each other that you can see each other's wounds and the parts which can grow and can bring a beautiful potential for growth. And some people get uncomfortable with that, so they step away because they don't want to face that yet. But does it make sense? No. So whenever we get tense periods of our lives, don't fret, don't fear, let it be. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Especially when you have the intention to make it okay. Especially when you want to grow out of it. So I also feel like a past person could come back into your energy because there is some nostalgia with the Six of Cups, emotional reconnection, past soul ties, somebody that you may have left. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. Could be a friend from the past, a past lover, or even a family member you haven't spoken to in a while. And there could be a possible reunion that is healthy and healing. So whatever reunion happens, whether it's romantic or platonic, it could be a positive one, and it could bring you a lot of healing and a beautiful outlook on that relationship or situation. Also, with the Six of Cups, you could be reconnecting with a more youthful version of yourself. So but your younger self, your inner child. I always reference back to a 17-year-old me because I was so innocent, so young, so youthful, and I loved that. And I try to reconnect with that and bring it back into my presence. And everyone is very capable of doing that. Just because you've gone through things in life and you've grown, does not mean you can't still be innocent and pure and playful. On the contrary, I feel people can be innocent and pure even when they're 40, 60, 70. You see these older people that are like 70 years old and they act like children. And don't take these people lightly. These are very powerful, mature people that are mature and wise enough to be so connected to their inner child that they're able to bring it out into their present tense and not feel afraid to do so. That is a powerful frequency and vibration. With the Page of Wands, I can see that you've got some inspiration. So if you have something like you're working on, like a project, you feel enthusiastic, go on, girl, do it, work on it. This is an amazing opportunity to do that. Again, July is the month of prosperity in terms of growth and creativity and opportunity. And opportunities don't always get handed over to you on a silver platter, right? Sometimes you birth an opportunity for yourself through your creativity, through your inspirations. So you're being called to be courageous. Begin something bold, even if it's small now, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be everything you ever wanted in life. Like, you don't need to go and reach for the sun, right? They always say, like, what was the saying? Reach for the moon, because you might land on the stars, something along that line. So just start, don't think about the details, and it just might work out. And even if it doesn't, you'll gain a lot of experience and you'll probably feel very happy while you're creating whatever project you're working on. So expect adventure for your July predictions. I got the Two of Wands again. The first pile also got this card, and I love this card because, again, it's showing somebody that's still in the waters. He's looking towards his destination. So he wants to reach this mountain or volcano, I think. that's his destination and he's trying to reach it. So is it easy? Like, obviously not. He still has some swimming to do, but he can see his destination very clearly. He is grounded. He knows his destiny and what he wants it to be, and he takes his lead, basically. So if you're somebody that wants something or someone, especially if you're a man, go and get them, because I'm not gonna tell women to go and get men. You know, feminine masculine energy polarity, the man leads, right? And this is the man. But you don't need to be like a man to lead your life. Like, as a woman, maybe you don't want to really lead relationships, but you do want to lead your life. You do want to have a life, and you don't need to know exactly what that life is or listen to social media and what it tells you a life has to be. No. Life is whatever you want it to be. If you want to have a soft life and you prefer low maintenance a career, you want to do something that not a lot of people do, go ahead and do that as a woman. If you want a career that's more demanding, like you need to study hard for it, do it. If it brings you fulfillment, that in itself is feminine energy. Because feminine energy is about feeling like you're connected and emotionally bound by something. So some people say things like, oh, if you're feminine and you work in a male dominated field, then you're automatically masculine. No, that's not true. You know, when a woman like gets into her masculine energy, when she's not fulfilled, when she feels drained and tired. So if she's working in a male dominated field and she's feeling drained because of it, she's not happy, then I would say, okay, maybe she's connecting more to her masculine side that's just striving and trying so hard to get something out of it. Then I would say okay. But if she's a woman that's working in a male dominated field that she loves and she's enjoying it and she's making it her own space, she's adding her own energy to it, she's beautifying it, she's making it more feminine, then by all means that's beautiful. Like, for example, some people consider accounting to be more of a man job, but that's not true. Like, if you're a woman, you're doing accounting and you really enjoy it, you love math, you find it fun, you're working for a company that you love and aligns with your values, you're connecting to other women in your space and they're all happy and joyful and nurturing you and you're nurturing them back, then how is that bad? I got deep into this, which means that somebody needed to hear this. So if you don't if you're not aligning with what I just said, then by all means it's okay. This is a collective reading and you're not going to resonate with every single thing. Just keep that in mind. Just because you don't resonate with a specific part does not mean that the reading is not for you. So yeah, definitely keep your eye on the prize. Look into the long term. Think in a futuristic mindset. Don't stop now. Remember that you want to reach somewhere that you love. Remember your destination and take control of your life and of that. I got the 10 of Cups, which is so pretty. It's like a family gathering, and it's saying like there is going to be fulfillment in your July energy in terms of family, in terms of connection, in terms of love, alignment, a feeling of peace. You might have a deep soul connection start or deepen in July. So if you're in a relationship or a friendship or a family ship, I mean, that works, but you're going to feel more connected to these people. I think that's so pretty. If you have been having like a more tense period with your family, then this card is telling you and reassuring you that that tense period is going to subside and everything is going to be okay and your connection will heal with whoever you have that connection that you feel is like family. So it doesn't have to be family by blood, right? Sometimes people love other people so much they feel like they're their blood. And I love that saying because I feel like it's true. Sometimes you love someone so much they feel like your family. I really respect such energy and I love it. And that's what I'm picking up here. You guys' pile is so beautiful, even though I feel like this is for people that are genuinely very strong and have been and might have been going through such hardships. And I really pick that energy in the card, but underlying that is amazing resilience and a collective that's optimistic and looking forward to a future of happiness and optimism, even though they're right now going through hardships, and that's okay, and that is very beautiful. That's the energy that manifests happiness. So if you're in a relationship, you're going through a hard time, but you're looking forward to a future of betterness and more peace, you're going to get there because you have that intention. Guys, intentions manifests your desires. So that was for July Prosperities. I loved it and I just saw 303. So for the second question of what the energy of love looks like in July for this collective. First of all, we got the 8 of Cups, which is a little bit sad, but it shows somebody that's walking away from what no longer serves. That does not have to be literal. Does not have to mean that you are going to leave somebody you love, but it could, and it most definitely means that you're going to abandon something. That could be a habit. That could be something that has been detrimental to your relationship in love. It could be a way of thinking, a mindset that has been harming your relationship. Or it could be literal, just letting go of someone you love. I do see, though, that through that abandonment, you're going to find your power with the Queen of Wands. I always love this energy. To me, it represents like a very wise and powerful grandmother, a goddess energy. She's wise, she's calculated, she's aware of her worth, and she claims it. She does not step down or underestimate her worth. This is giving me like a very feminine energy. Whether you're the one that did the abandonment or you've been abandoned, you're still going to reach this energy. And again, it does not have to mean you are breaking up with somebody. It could just mean you might be taking a space away from that connection to reflect. It could mean that you're letting go of a mindset that was not helping your relationship. I just saw 555. So that's confirmation. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like maybe we should just end things and you don't want to leave them, then definitely consider the other option, which is abandon what no longer serves the relationship, whatever it is. Arguments that don't mean anything, sit down, understand why you're having arguments. Sometimes, guys, arguments mean you guys miss each other so much and you're frustrated. Feelings and tension are usually like signs. They're not an end all be all. It doesn't have to be like that for the rest of your life, but it just means there is something that is a problem that we need to look at more diligently and understand what's causing it together and genuinely respect that, so that we stop having these arguments and fights and we start feeling more aligned. Because sometimes people argue because they haven't been feeling heard, so they just keep arguing. But if you know deep in your heart that person is going to listen to you, maybe you won't feel called to argue a lot. So again, like, ask yourselves, why are we arguing? Is it because I usually don't feel heard? Your partner will say, yeah, maybe that's the problem. Let's listen to each other more. Do that. Try it. Keep trying. Keep asking yourselves questions, and definitely give yourself space too. You don't need to jump into a let's say fake good relationship. No, like when you're healing a relationship and understanding what's hurting your partner, that takes time and it takes a consistency. So you both have to see each other actually following through with your words for you to actually rebuild that type of trust. Is it buildable? Yes, of course it is. Like, of course it is. Do you see the people who are like 50, 60-year-olds that have been in relationships for so long? Imagine how many times they've forgiven each other. I can't even imagine that, because like, it's a lot. You have to forgive, but you also need to forgive with logic. You can't just brush things off, because that's not forgiving, right? And let's say they made a mistake, but their intentions were pure, so they did something that upset you, but their intentions were pure. Again, respect that and understand that you're growing together. You can let go of certain things and forgive them, because at one time in your life you also wanted to be forgiven. I'm just saying, just have some grace in your hearts, not just to your partner, to yourself too. Because parts of relationships is also feeling confident and feeling worthy of relationships. Feel like you deserve it, and that also takes work. So you, in the process of abandoning something, you could also be abandoning parts of yourself that don't love you very much. Parts of yourselves that constantly belittle you. And again, confirmation for all of this and why I'm talking about like fixing a relationship more than letting go of it, because I got the Lover's card. So this is telling me again, like, there is a connection that needs healing, but it is very possible that it could be healed. It could also be a new connection, but again, I'm heavily picking up that you guys want to stay in this connection, and of course there's no problem in that. If anything, I really support and respect people that do that. We've also got the Queen of Cups, which is telling me that you guys are becoming more emotionally aware and wise and mature. You're learning to love from fullness and not from lack. You're learning to have a sense of self-worth, a sense of accepting that you're vulnerable, accepting your sensitivities, because some people view sensitivity as a burden, but it's not. Sensitivity is just a sign that someone is really connected to their humanness, to their heart. And when sensitivity is surrounded with respect and safety, it really breeds wisdom and emotional maturity. Because someone that's really sensitive is somebody that's also really introspection, like they have a lot of introspection going on, and that introspection and self-reflection gives you the ability to really grow and become better. So imagine like a lifetime of that. You're constantly sensitive, but instead of feeling like you're a lot, and instead of actually reflecting and understanding why you're feeling sensitivity, growing from that, you step back and you're like, I'm too much, I'm unworthy. You'll never grow, because you've been given a gift, and you being a person that respects the depth of your gift, you sit and you demonize it. You sit and you tell yourself only the people who don't care win. That's not true, babes. That's not true. People that don't really care are people that care deep down, but they feel like they're not strong enough to face it, or don't want to face it because they're afraid of their vulnerabilities. So the fact that you're facing it, that shows you're already stronger, you're already a lot of steps ahead. Also, people that stopped caring are once a time people that were very sensitive and cared a lot, and instead of finding ways to not let that sensitivity ruin them, they just blocked it out completely and let go of their gift. So again, just understand and realize that that sensitivity could make you the Queen of Cups, someone with a lot of self-worth and maturity and emotional intelligence, that you're able to hold space for somebody that is also sensitive. You're able to hold space for your partner as a partner. You know what I mean? Sensitive people are amazing partners when they're safe and healed. So the Seven of Wands. Again, this also showed up for the other collective. So I don't know what's in the air for July, but a lot of love is getting tested. So again, you might get triggered by your partner a lot more in July, but don't take it as an attack to your relationship. Just take it for an opportunity to grow as a couple. Don't take a lot of negative space from each other and punish each other. No. Take this as an opportunity and a time that was given to you with the clarifying energy that it's going to be okay, just to grow your intimacy with your lover. Whenever we're having hardships in a relationship, that is an opportunity for you to reconnect and be more intimate with each other emotionally and more safe. So let's say, for example, you guys fight and you say something which shows you've been feeling insecure about something or vulnerable about something. And instead of your partner reaffirming your insecurity, they sit down and they decide to stop the fight and they tell you, no, you're perfect, you're worthy, I love this and that about you. How would you feel? You feel loved, you'd feel like you're more closer to them than you ever were before. Imagine you do that same thing to your partner. They come to you one day, they feel very, very off because they had a long day at work, let's say. By the way, I just saw 25-25. So instead of you saying that as an attack, that they're feeling off and they don't really know what to say to you, you tell them things like, what's wrong? How can I make you feel better? What happened? Why are you feeling sad? Why do you feel off? You go and you make dinner for them or something like that instead of arguing with them. They will feel like you're reliable and you're someone that they can feel secure around and safe around and nurtured around. And that will deepen your connection. That's why I say, when you have a period of tension and fights, always take it as an opportunity to get closer and not far apart. And by the way, all relationships, they have these tests, right? This is not something humans are immune of. In fact, it's a sign that you love each other because you care a lot about the details, that you're constantly picking on them. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. A lot of couples aren't, trust me, but put an intention this month in July to work on that, because you're gonna be able to do it. You're also called to rest and heal. So again, this is for the love reading. So it means that after emotional highs and powerful revelation, you might end the month with a need for stillness. It could be literal, healing from a heartbreak through that abandonment that you've done, or just you, after you've worked on your relationship, you've integrated these deep emotional shifts, you just need to rest and just not do anything. Just rest, trust that you've put in the work, and give yourself some healing time, you and your partner. Just keep in mind that for your collective, you're going to need to put yourself first in some aspects, and that in itself makes your connection better. There is a saying that I really love, and it is, you can't pour from an empty cup. So when you fill your own cup and you give yourself love, you're able to give to the people you love as well. But when your cup is empty, what are you going to give from? Nothing. So also give yourself, don't neglect yourself, and that's a form of healing your connection if that's something you're doing and you care about. For the initials that I picked, these could be the initials of you. These could be your initials or the initials of your partner. I got L. It could be also someone from the past. I got L, H, F, B, M, T, I, N, K, G, and O. So that was it for this question, my loves. For the self-care that you need to do, I really loved it, and I feel like it really aligned with your entire tarot reading. The first one I got is really interesting. It's look for fairies. So again, remember when I told you connect with your inner child and don't be afraid to connect to parts of you that are younger? This is what I mean. Find joy in the little things in life. Go outside, literally look for fairies. Or do something you did when you were younger that made you feel happy as a child. Massage. Get massages. Massages are especially beautiful and powerful because you know how energy is not just something that is invisible, right? It's not just something that we talk about. It's real. It's in your body. There is parts of your body that could be stagnant and holds more energy than other parts. And with the act of massage, you're really just letting all that energy out and redistributing the energy in your body to be more aligned, giving your body more of you can see how this girl, her hand is yellow where she's touching her body. It's like she's infusing that yellow aura into her back, and that symbolizes like putting a relaxing, a calming, a happy energy into the body. So whenever you're massaging yourself or getting a massage, make sure it's with the intention of something that is for your highest good. So if it's relaxation, if it's happiness, if it's just cleansing your energy and removing blockages, whatever it is, get it with intention. Again, cleanse your energy field. You can do this through many different ways. This girl in particular, she's saging her space. That is a powerful way of cleansing. You could light up incense and cleanse your space, cleanse your energy in particular. You could journal something, burn it. That's a way of cleansing. You could shower with intention. That's a way of cleansing your energy field. Clean your space. I have been getting a lot of cleaning cards for you guys, so it just does tell me that there is a lot that you guys need to let go of, and it makes a lot of sense with that love reading. You need to clean your space. You need to clean your energy. You need to clean your relationships. You need to clean everything, literally. Like, you've got all of the cards for like letting things go. So in your relationships, clean the parts of it that are messy. Clean your space, actually clean your energy field. I got chanting, which I love. So we talked about how like we're cleaning everything, and then the last card was chanting. So after you're done cleansing, letting go of what no longer serves you, chant. Chanting is powerful because it energizes you. When you're saying affirmations, when you're humming, even when you're saying things that mean something to you, words themselves have a vibration, a frequency, so it surrounds you and it magnetizes you. And I just saw 4 threes, so 3333, which I love threes. They're like the symbol of prosperity to me, and I love that. So thank you again, my loves, for watching this. This is my first like recorded collective reading, so I hope you loved it. And I do provide personal readings, and you can book them through my pinned post on X. And yeah, take care, my loves, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.